Today we're going to look at the Canon RF 14-35 f4L lens on the Canon EOS R7 to see if it's any good for vlogging and video. Let's go. What's up everybody? Phil with Photo Gear Fun here today looking at this Canon R7 and the RF 14-35L lens. Just got it. I want to see if it's any good for vlogging. What you're looking at now is IBIS only. The lens is stabilized, so you can, there's actually a switch on there to turn stabilization on and off. The sound is coming from the Rode Video Micro. I'm holding on a Manfrotto Pixie tripod. We're at 14 millimeters. Again, IBIS only. Walking on the road here, not taking any great care. Pay attention to see if there are any warbles. So this R7 is an APS-C crop, which means we're about 22 millimeter equivalent or so. What I'm going to do is walk, this is on the pavement, I'll walk down through by my favorite spot here in the pond, which is kind of bumpy, so we'll see how this does. I'm going to walk through all the different stabilization modes, starting with IBIS only, then we'll add digital IS, and then we'll add enhanced, and I'll also do some panning and zooming to show you the zoom range. So I am set on aperture priority at f4, and now I'm walking on this pretty uneven path. The exposure might be a little wonky, but I wanted to see that as well. Not so much the lens, but the R7, how it exposes in aperture priority. So this is with IBIS only. Next, I'll go ahead and turn on just the digital IS, not the enhanced, but digital IS, and we'll see how that does. Okay, so now we are digital stabilization on. There's on and enhanced. We'll walk along the path a little bit here so you can see. Again, check out the corners, see if there's any crazy warbling. I tested this on the R5. I'll put a link to that video. And there was some pretty serious, at 14 millimeters, some pretty serious IBIS warble. So let's see how this does. You can see there's a crop. I think it's like a 9 or 10% crop, something like that. So this is approaching maybe 24 millimeter territory. So let's go ahead and move to the pavement. We'll see how that does on the pavement. So this is IBIS and digital IS on. Not enhanced, we'll turn it to enhanced. That might be too tight, but I wanted you to see that. So next we'll see this IBIS and digital IS enhanced, and we'll look at how that does. Okay, so this is enhanced. You can see the crop. You know, it's up to you whether you think this is usable. I think it's a little tight, so I'm walking here on the pavement. Again, we're at f4. Shutter speed is just, I'm letting the shutter control the exposure. Sounds coming from the Rode Video Micro. So let's go ahead and take a walk on the path. This is the best stabilization you can get in theory, but you can see again there's a crop there that might not work well. And again, we're still at 14 millimeters. So what I'll do next is I will do some zooming and panning just to see how the IBIS reacts and to show you the zoom range of this RF 14-35 f4L lens. So next you'll see the beautiful pond, and we'll do some zooming and panning and see how that looks. Alright, so just to give you an idea on the zoom range, we're at 14 millimeters here. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. Now we're at 35. This is with the enhanced digital IS and IBIS on. So this is as long a reach as you're going to get, and I'll change the mode to just IBIS in a minute so you can see, but that's going through the zoom range. We're at 35. Now back to 14. So this is going to give you more reach, but won't be as wide as it would be on the R5. I'm going to test the EOS R as well, which has no IBIS. Let's just do a little pan. See if there's any craziness. And so what I'll do is I'll end this shot at 35 millimeters, and then I'll turn off the digital stabilization just so you can see, get an idea on what the crop is. So let's zoom into 35, I'll end at this shot, and then we'll start on the next shot with the digital stabilization turned off. Okay, so this is with the digital turned off, so if you compare the two shots, this is roughly the same shot at 35, and zooming out so you can see a fairly decent crop. Decent, I guess, is subjective, but there's definitely a big crop when you turn on that enhanced stabilization. So let me just pan a little bit with just IBIS only, no digital stabilization. Of course, it's always got to be an airplane that flies by. I'm pretty close to the airport. You can hear a woodpecker. Usually there's a hawk that chimes in as I do these videos too, but so far no hawk. Oh, there it is, right on cue. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's Mr. Hawk. Alright, so let's wrap up this quick look at the Canon R7 and the RF 14-35 f4L lens. Pro tip, if you want the sound to be better, change your microphone from back forward to front forward, or front facing, when you're actually trying to do your outro versus doing commentary. At any rate, hope you enjoyed that video. A quick look at this Canon RF 14-35 f4L lens on the R7. Could be a pretty decent vlogging setup. It's much lighter than the R5, although you're not going to get the the same field of view. If you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. If you like this type of content, please consider subscribing. Get out there and have your photo gear fun, and I will talk at you again in the next video. Thanks for watching.